What's up, people? I'd like to welcome you down to actually Poetry Nights at Cruise Bar, Session 4. Yeah, you're for 3. We actually got poetry and stand-up comedy coming on tonight.
Portuguese?
Poetry? No, not for cheese, poetry.
No, Portuguese.
I cannot hear you, man. You want cheese? You want cheese? Oh, shit.
Is it a Portuguese?
The country.
Okay, I have not had enough alcohol, so shit. But anyway, what's gonna happen is, what we're doing over here is pretty different. Yeah, that's what we're doing over there. We're gonna start out with stand-up comedy tonight, and we just want to get my man William up to start it off. Let's go, William.
This is my 38th time doing stand-up.
38?
Yeah, 38. I'm 29 years old. So, this set that I'm about to do seems to be about a Little Mermaid, but it's actually about the representation of women in the media. So this is some serious shit, y'all better listen up. Once upon a time, there was a little mermaid princess named Ariel. Ariel was very beautiful. She had long red hair, sang with the voice of an angel. Perfect in every way, because Ariel is actually a cartoon. Ariel lived in a gigantic underwater palace with a father, King Triton, and 6 older sisters, but no queen. After giving birth to 7 princesses aged 16 to 19, the queen exploded. That's not funny, all Ariel wanted to do was walk, but she very poor thing, no legs, only got a tail. She used to dance, swim around the palace courtyard going, all the old paintings in the tombs, they do the sand dance, don't you know? If they move too quick, oh way, oh, they're falling down like a domino. Walk like an Egyptian. I want to walk like an Egyptian. As Ariel was swimming around the palace courtyard, a piece of wood came from on top and knocked her on the head, and she was like, "Aya, balaku." So she swam to the surface and it was on a ship. And on the ship, Ariel saw her very first humans. To her absolute astonishment, none of them were walking like an Egyptian. Ariel then caught sight of Prince Eric and fell madly in love at once, because Prince Eric was very, very handsome. Very handsome. Unbeknownst to Ariel, Prince Eric's kingdom was undergoing an austerity drive. The ship was more like a glorified sampan. 1 captain, 2 crewmen, 1 butler, and a dog. The sampan was from IKEA. Some self-assembly required. And although Prince Eric was very, very handsome, he was not very good at self-assembly. Dayong sampan, dayong sampan. Dayong, hoy! And the ship fell apart. In the tumultuous waters, Ariel swam against the current and grabbed hold of Prince Eric's body. And as she dragged his unconscious form to shore, the captain, 2 crewmen, the butler, and the dog died. Ariel dragged Prince Eric to the beach, and then she dumped his body there, and then she went back into the ocean. She found a rock, and then she climbed into the rock, because remember, poor thing, no legs, only got tail. And with the water splashing behind her, she starts rapping. This one is for the boys with the booming system, top-down AC with a cooling system. When they come out in the club, you be blazing up. Got stacks like that, like you're saving up. He a motherfucking drip, sailor of the ship. Money make the drip, kiss him on the lip, hit. That's the kind of guy I'm looking for. And yes, you get slapped, you looking hoe. I said, excuse me, you're a hell of a guy. My, you're like pelican fly. You're so shy, and I'm loving your tie. You're like sicker than the guy with a thing in his eye. Oh, yes I did. Somebody please tell him what the F I is. I am Nicki Minaj and I make them dupes up, back hoops up. And boy, you got my heartbeat running away, beating like a drum and it's coming your way. Can't you hear the boom, the boom, 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 the boom? boom boom bass. He's got super bass. Oh, boom the boom 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 the boom boom bass. He's got super bass. After finishing the Empire and Nicki Minaj song, Ariel decided to visit Ursula the Sea Witch. Ursula is a very savvy businesswoman, got beachfront property, but underwater. Ariel had a very pleasant swim there. Hiya, a fish.
Drink! 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 Drink!
Hiya, Malaysian Airlines. Then Ariel got to Ursula's cave entrance. She knocked on the cave entrance and Ursula turned around and said, "What do you want? I'm a very busy woman. I haven't got all day. I am almost late for my facial." Ariel said, "I fell in love with a man. I need legs." Ursula said, "Got money?" Ariel said, "No." Ursula said, "Never mind, just take your voice." Ariel said, "Ha, like that, ha." Ursula said, "Sing." Sing for me. We ran a phantom of the opera. Then Ariel lost her voice and Ursula caught her and gave her legs and Ariel went back to the beach, where Prince Eric was just regaining consciousness. And when he saw her, hair gleaming in the sun, naked except for a pair of seashells, unable to say a word, he fell madly in love with her and married her on the spot. The end. Try to more? More? No? Okay, great. Alright, I'm gonna do actual stand-up now. I feel really, really old these days. I'm older than the Twitter. I'm older than the Facebook. I am older than the internet. For the longest time, I didn't have a Facebook page. So when I first started Facebook all the way back in February 2014, I was such a Facebook whore. I added anyone, I added everyone. Then in April, I discovered this thing called commenting. One night, this woman named Jocelyn, who I never met, she was very excited. She wrote capital letters. "It's not midnight yet and the baby is asleep and I am wide awake." So I commented, "Time to make more babies?" She replied, "The husband is asleep." So I wrote, "Jocelyn," I tagged her, "Jocelyn, this is when you make babies with someone who's not your husband." Jocelyn deleted the post and unfriended me. Then 1 week later, a playwright named Siti Zuhaira posted a quote on her timeline. She posted, "Losing him was blue like I'd never known. Missing him was dark gray, all alone. Forgetting him was like trying to know somebody you never met. But loving him was red." I commented, "Who wrote this shit?" She said, "Taylor Swift." So I wrote, "Touching him was the orange of a suicidal teddy bear. Slapping him the white of fresh disposable underwear. Kissing him was like pouring Evian ice cubes down the sink, but dumping him was pink." City deleted the post and unfriended me. I was like, shit, I see a pattern here. I need to stop commenting on people's posts. I should post directly on your timeline. So I noticed this thing where when it's someone's birthday, everyone will go, "Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday." I was like, that's so boring. So this guy's birthday came up and he's a comedian. I've shaken his hand twice. I was like, he's a comedian, he'll get it. Dearest Jonathan Atherton, I will never forget the night of passion and patty cake that we shared together. You opened my eyes to a world of possibilities I had never known existed in baked goods, nursery rhymes, and adult diapers. I am forever grateful that everything you taught me was recorded by your multi-talented girlfriend Beatrice, who can hold a camera, smoke a cigarette, and complete level 214 of Candy Crush all at the same time. Happy birthday, you wonderful, wonderful beast of a man. Jonathan liked every post above mine and below mine, but not mine. I was like, shit, maybe I have to be funnier. So the next week, it was another comedian's birthday, and this guy, I've actually had a conversation with him, so I was like, I could write more stuff. Dearest Rishi Budrani, as I sit here alone, wearing the plus-size panties you bought for me at La Senza, and sipping mango avocado juice from a coffee mug with the words "World's Greatest Mom" printed on it, I cannot help but remember the wonderful nights we shared together when your wife was out of town. In my wildest dreams, I never imagined that a tube of toothpaste could be used so inventively, or so economically. You clever, frugal man. No one else in my life will take such liberties in my personal hygiene. Happy birthday, you marvelous, marvelous cross-dresser. Oh, 0 likes. I'm just I'll try this one more time. 2 days later, it was Beatrice's birthday. Beatrice is the girlfriend of Jonathan from before. She's French, I know, because on her timeline it said happy birthday, all her friends wrote joyeux anniversaire, so. And I've shaken her hand once. Dearest Beatrice Bernard Draw, sometimes when I lie awake at night, I think about how you remind me so much of cheese, and berets, and baguettes, and croissants, and accordion music. Jonathan might have taught me all I need to know about being a man, but you, my dear, taught me everything about being a woman. I feel so blessed that now I can be both, because most Singaporeans are neither. Happy birthday, you magnificent creature, les creatures magnifiques. Beatrice Bernard likes this. I'm getting the hang of this Facebook stuff. Alright, so that's my time. If you want me to friend you on Facebook, I'll be right over there smoking. Thanks for listening!
Thanks a lot. Next up, we got a guy who's been pacing up and down like forever. His name is Gary. So give a round of applause up to Mr. Gary, my man.
Hey, at first I was afraid that I'll be up on stage and lost for words, and I now feel like at home right now, where there's no one is listening except you guys. I love you guys. Okay, I like this place. I would like to tell you that I'm going to do something happy. Okay, I just changed my internet service provider recently. Alright, because it can't screw up all the time. And they have this, whenever I call the customer service hotline, it goes like this. If you have any problem surfing the internet, please go to our website. Yes, that's how much I have faith in myself. I would like to say that I just went for a job interview recently at Singapore Casket. Hey, hi girls. Welcome. It's okay. Alright, almost all girls walk out on me like this. Hey, it's love. Like I said, I had a job interview at Singapore Casket. For those who don't know, it's a funeral home in Singapore. Okay, and it goes like this.
What makes you think that we should employ you as a salesperson in Singapore Casket?
I've got relatives. Hey, yes. I would like to say that I love my mom, okay, because she's the reason why I'm so good in math when I was young. Okay, because she has been practicing counting the bruises of my body. Yeah, I know, right? Yeah. Well, her favorite choice of weapon is called a cane. Okay, for those who don't know, it's a piece of wooden rod with a colored plastic hook at the end. Okay. And that's why I know I'm getting my ass kicked when she asked me this question. What's your favorite color? This is what I'm being a smart ass. I go, red, orange, and yellow. She tied 3 of them together. I know, I'm dying on stage with no one. Okay, yeah, but hey, I don't know, what should I say? Oh, I'm going to tell you a little story. I think scams are important. Because I just got a scam recently. It goes like this. A girl will have sex with a guy, and the girl will, after that, blackmail the guy after recording his jerk off. I was in that situation, and it goes like this, alright? The girl to go send a text message, send a text over and go like this. I would like to see your handsome looking face right now. It's kind of making me horny. I know! Alright, remember when we were young, we thought that monsters are living in our bedroom. Some of you might thought that it is in the closet. Some of my sister is under the bed. I told my dad it's in the mirror. I know. My dad always told me. I know. But anyways, it goes, and after that it goes like this. I know that it's a scam, okay, because the next day he said, she sent me this text. Send me $1,000 off and to see the video. You're a wrong person, bitch. I've got no friends. Hey, I'm going to get off this stage right now after this story. I think we face rejections in our life all the time, okay? And I think we have to take it in stride. Like, there's this one rejection I faced. It kind of hurts me a lot. I was in Orchard Towers recently. Okay, don't judge me because my internet is down that day. And during that, while in the Orchard Towers, alright, there's this guy, okay, white, there's this English guy in front of me. I know he's English because he's white, he's drunk, and still speaks proper English. And the prostitute went up to him, alright, and asked for a business deal. Apparently she got rejected. Turned around, looked at me and go, yeah. I know. That's just end here. Alright. Yay! And welcome.
Thank you very much, the handsome boy. I think the last two had quite a bit of rejections, and we're up to our last comedian from Canada. The lovely Maria on stage.
Clap for myself, guys, because there is no one here. There is no one here except for William, except for this guy, Daryl, oh yeah, okay, there's one more person. That's great. No, two more people. Thank you so much for coming. Great. Okay, so hi, I'm Marie. I'm actually kind of feeling kind of annoyed lately because I really want to believe in the world again. I really, you know when you're in the MRT station and then there's this girl, she's walking and she's looking at her iPad and she can't see anything. She's got her earphones in, by the way. She's got her earphones in. What I really want to do is just flip that fucking iPad so it slaps her in the face. I so badly want to do that because I really think that we need to stop looking at our iPads. We need to look and see more of the things around us. We need to experience things. We need to experience things around the world. And you know, I felt like the experiences that you have are actually really exciting. I recently went to Japan on exchange, and it was an interesting experience. I learned there are actually two things. I went to Nara, and there are two things about Nara that are actually very famous. One thing is their deer. Their deer are actually very polite, and every time you offer them food, they bow, and that's a very Japanese thing, right? Another thing, this is just a rumor, by the way. I'm not quite sure if this is true, or I've never seen it before, but apparently the male deer actually jizz on the female deer's face as well. And you know, I was shocked, but you know, and the Singaporean deer just carry their girlfriend's handbags. So I don't know. And another thing that's famous about Nara is that they have a bronze Buddha, or they call it the biggest bronze Buddha. And I was like, fuck, I love Buddhas so much. I have to see this. So I went and saw it, and I was like, this is so stupid. The biggest Buddha is in Thailand. This is a fucking cop-out. So I had an argument with a monk there about this Buddha, and I was so adamant about saying that you know, I don't care about the fact that it's a bronze Buddha. You know, that's like saying, oh, you're the best Canadian Asian girlfriend in Singapore that I've ever had. You only had one, fucker. Anyway, so he was like, oh, no, but the bronze, that's French. The bronze Buddha, or as we call them in Nara, brother. I was like, no. You can't call them a brother, because unless you're a brother, you can't call another brother a brother. So let me tell you something. Do not call him a brother, because that is offensive. Okay? So, this monk, he was like wearing his robe, and he was like really, monk looking. and he was so, I think he was so inflamed by what I said, or the fact that I was arguing with him, that he said, "Did you know that monks can get married?" I got a proposal by a monk. That was so fucking amazing. That's like getting a blowjob from a priest. Yeah. Or actually, I'm a little bit old for that. So anyway, I love cheap jokes. And you know what? Like, it's really interesting actually. It's funny that I'm talking about Japan right now, because suddenly all these Japanese experiences have been coming up. There was actually, I had sex with this Japanese man, and he missed his flight because I was that good. And I was so excited. I was so excited. I was like, ha, you missed your flight. Sorry. Anyway, another really great experience that I've had is actually the fact that, my parents are, my dad is Singaporean, my mother is Indonesian, and I learned English in Canada, so I have this strange face and a Canadian accent. But my mother, she loves e-entertainment. I just love to listen to the way she speaks. It's so interesting, because she can't pronounce any of the names that are on any of the Hollywood stars. Maybe we can have a little interaction session, okay? So, can anybody guess what this name means, or who this person is? Penelope Cruz? No. Penelope Cruz? Yeah. Another person was Ketchich Tachong. Catherine Zeta-Jones. Catherine Zeta-Jones, guys. Another one that was really good. What was the last one? This is my favorite one. It's not even a word. It's like a sound. Okay, try and guess this one. It's Hakram. Yes! It's Hugh Grant! She pronounced Hugh Grant as Hakram. It's like a cat that had some kind of thing stuck in its throat. That was my favorite. I'm sorry I'm making fun of your mom, but she's amazing. And that's why I think that we really need to kind of look up from what we're doing. There's so many different interesting things in our lives that are happening, and we're always constantly looking at our iPads or our phones. I actually work for the SPCA. Anybody, you guys know what the SPCA is? Yes? Who says yay? Who says yay? Yay! Yay! We love animals! Animal people! Okay, so I love animals, and that's why I started working for the SPCA. And what's really great about my job is that I get to hang out with lots of really screwed up animals. and that's it's not the favorite part of my job, but it's an interesting part of my job. And recently I had an event at Lot 1. I'm not sure if any of you were there, but we were actually kind of, we had to have band members on stage, we had to have performances, but there was like a secret performance. I actually coordinated all these events, but I didn't know that this was happening, okay? They decided to bring on a whole percussion group to perform on stage to the animals. Can you imagine performing drums to animals? Crazy. Anyway, I told them, no, you can't. You cannot perform drums. The animals will die. The animals will die if you do this. And they said, but actually, we already told the percussion group already that they should go on stage for at least 2 minutes. I was like, oh. You want to kill animals, you better do it within 2 minutes. So they went on stage for 2 minutes. before this, I said, okay. There's House Rabbit Society, there was Cat Welfare Society, there was ASD, and I said, okay, guys, there was a bunch of rabbits, and I said, okay, guys, you gotta hold on to your rabbits. Just hold them, okay? And then you could see like some of the cat people like taking their cats on leashes, slowly bringing them outside, and the one unfortunate thing that I saw was that there was a dog who was half blind, and he had a problem with his anus, basically. He had loose anal glands, and I was really sad. He was so poor looking. And then immediately when the drums started playing, it was just chaos. The cats jumped onto the ceiling. This poor dog's anal glands just burst down all the way onto the stage. It was that far. It got so messy. It was the most disgusting thing I'd ever seen. And I was like, okay, guys, please, just 2 minutes. They went on for 8 minutes, guys. They went on for 8 minutes. They killed those animals. That poor dog was drooling all over the floor in his own pile of shit, okay? That was an interesting experience, guys. That was an interesting experience. And yeah, so, that was, if you were looking at your iPad, you probably wouldn't have seen that, okay? If you were looking at your iPad. And quite recently, anybody had the talk from their parents? The talk. Do you know what the talk is? Man in black shirt. What's your name?
Whistle. Alan.
Alan.
Whistle. I've had many talks with my parents.
Oh yeah. Oh God. You know what? The talk that involves this.
Oh, that talk.
This talk. Or this talk. I don't know. Anyway, so I had the talk with my parents, and my dad has a very special way of giving me the talk. It's weird. It's interesting. Anyway, he said to me, he actually brought me in the car so I couldn't escape. It was totally planned out. He said, well, you cannot date the black man. That's really racist. You shouldn't say that. He said, no, I tell you why. Cannot, because if you date the black man, they're very big. And then they'll make a big hole in you. Then after that, the Chinese men don't want anymore because they're very small. And they don't enjoy. I wanted to leave. I wanted to jump out of that car, but he still kept on talking. And then I was so traumatized after that entire incident that I only date black men now. So, that sucks. Anyway, thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much to Daryl for hosting the event. And thank you so much for coming tonight. All right, good night, guys. It's been nice.
Yeah, Black Power is what it is, baby. Anyway, thanks, Marie. We're done with our stand-up for the night. We're going to take a little break, and after that, we got our man, Alan, who's going to come up and play a few songs for you guys. So we'll be back.
Hi guys, good to see you. Basically I'm gonna play a cover and then I'm gonna show you some of my originals. Hope you like them. This first song's familiar to anyone who grew up or listened to British music in the 90s. It's by Oasis. When I say that name, everyone thinks of really soppy stuff like Don't Look Back in Anger and Wonderwall. But this is on their first album, it's their first single, and it's called Supersonic.
Make me laugh.
one of my own songs. Sort of bluesy song. It's called Speakeasy. We'll go for another cover now. This is a 70s track. It's by Bill Withers and it's called Lovely Day.
When I wake up in the morning and the sunlight hits my when I wake up in the morning
That's embarrassing. Okay, never mind. I'm gonna play one of my own songs. I completely forgot how that song goes. This song's called Moonwalking.
talking to
Thanks for listening, guys. Alright, this next song is another original. I was listening to a lot of Nirvana when I wrote this. I hope you like it. It's quite a heavy track, so. This song's called Discovery.
Do you feel on the run?
time for one more. So this is a song I wrote when I was about 18. So I was obviously preoccupied, and you can tell what the subject of the song is. It's a very typical 18-year-old topic, but here goes anyway. Thanks a lot, guys. Hope you enjoyed the songs. Have a good evening.
Alright, thank you. Alan, I got a question. Are you an Oscars fan?
I do love music.
Exactly, because the things you did is fucking awesome. But while Alan is actually making his way out, just let you guys know that we're gonna have a little twist to what we actually do over here at Coast Bar. We're gonna actually have poetry jams actually, and every poetry night we're gonna actually take three of the guys over here on the stage, and every 3 months we're gonna have a competition, and these finalists are gonna face it off, and everyone's gonna get a little pretty gift. So just stay tuned to the end, and we're gonna give out prizes for the finalists for tonight. So yeah, just be ready. The next cat on stage actually, he didn't have enough of what he did earlier on. He want to get his shit known out. So I'm gonna get my man way down on stage again, and just hold up to your pen.
Hi, I'm William, and this is my 39th time doing stand-up. I feel really, really old these days. I am older than the Twitter. I am older than the Facebook. I am older than the internet. For the longest time, I didn't have a Facebook account. So when I first started doing comedy, all the comedians was like, oh, you must go on Facebook, like this, like that, friend this, friend that. Finally, I went around saying, hi, I'm William, I don't have a Facebook page. Hi, I'm William, I don't have a Facebook page. Finally, a comedian came up to me, he was like, where have you been? I said, away. He said, away from Earth? I said, yes. Now, I was actually talking about depression, but apparently all the comedians who overheard talking about outer space. Like outer. Space. Ground control to Major Tom. Ground control to Major Tom. There's a star man waiting in the sky. He'll like to come and meet us, but he thinks he'll blow our minds. There's a star man. So I finished, I think it was my second set of Blue Jazz, and this comedian named Vanessa, she was very nice. She invited me to the bar to have a drink with her. And while she was ordering her beer, I poured a glass of water and pushed it to her, and she stared at it in absolute horror. Like I was offering her space water. Like she was going to drink it and wake up hours later on my spacecraft as my alien queen. And together we were going to solve the twin problems of global warming and declining birth rates in first world countries. Which actually I can solve. Just make me emperor of the world, see how. Another comedian out to me is like, what on earth do you do for money? What he really meant was, what do you do for money on earth? So I am a freelance copywriter, which means that these days, I make most of my money giving English tuition. Some of my new clients, they come up to me, they're like, why aren't you white? Or Indian? Or, you know, a woman? My standard response is, because I'm better. Not as a human being, I'm a terrible human being. But as an English tutor, I am very, very good. I am out of this world. I charge quite a lot so that I don't have to work so much. So most of my clients are rich kids. And because rich kids don't know how to do their homework, my busiest day is actually Sunday. Kind of like, you know, God. I was at home one Sunday night minding my own business when I received an SMS from someone whom I consider to be an ex-student. He's from Russia, let's call him Alex. And Alex really, he's in university now doing economics. I was like, I thought my work there was done. But anyway, I rushed over in the taxi and I'm like, Alex, what's wrong? And Alex was having girlfriend problems. His girlfriend wouldn't let him get out the webcam and do his homework. So he basically paid me to rush over in a taxi, late night story church and go, time to do your homework now, turn off the webcam. So I did that. I was like, easy money. 1 minute later, the little web check-in pops up and Alex was like, can you do my homework while I check with my girlfriend? I said, no Alex, that's wrong. It's plagiarism. So he said, how about I do my homework and you check with my girlfriend? I said, okay. Oh, Alex, why can't I see you? I am so lonely. We are born alone, we die alone, and in between, we are alone. You are lonely, Lisa, because you are human. Sad. Oh, Alex, why are you being so cruel to me? I am cruel because I am Russian, and I am Russian because I am cruel. That is ancient Russian proverb that only makes sense in Russian. Sense. And every once in a while, do you want to break up with me? And every time she typed that, I was like, do you want to break up with her? No. Until finally, fuck you! Fuck your teacher! Do you want to break up with me now? Alex, you want to break up with her now? Yet. Not yet? Not yet. Alex went, no, you Russian computer. I was like, I am too old for this shit, so I went to the toilet. When I came back, I saw in capital letters, I'm going to kill myself! This made Alex turn on the webcam, just in time to catch me saying, never mind, let her die. She's from China, they have a one-child policy. If she dies, her parents will make a better one. Maybe a boy like we always wanted. The webcam went off and Alex was like, oh no, what do I do now? And I was like, we can do your homework. So we did his homework for half an hour. And then, ding dong. You know how it's supposed to be really sexy when a girl shows up at her boyfriend's place, wrapped in a coat, and underneath the coat, nothing but a smile. Lisa showed up, wrapped in a coat, and crying. And the tiny little black and white intercom screen. Oh, Alex, I want to see you. Do you want the comm screen, he was practically drooling. I said, "You're welcome," and he gave me a fuckload of money and I left through the service elevator. The end. I'm William, thanks for listening to now.
If I need someone to hook me up with girls, I guess I need Weda to hook me up. But the next one up on stage, last month was the first time actually coming up to do stand up, and she had a good time, and I think she wants more. So I want you to give a big round of applause to Pamela. Come on up, girl. She is.
Hello, I'm Pamela. When I wanted to lead for open mic, I wanted to talk about my boyfriend. He was my muse and stuff like that. I was really in love with him, but he broke up with me like 1 week ago. So our relationship is something like, okay. When we broke up, I was trying to break up with him, but in the end, he did it first. So that was our relationship in a nutshell. Okay, so this poem is, something to do with that. Okay. Since the 12th of March, I forgot how to cut my hair. Last night's dreams entangled in their webs, eventually falling prey to dust. I broke every comb I bought trying to get them out. My conditioner stopped working, my shampoo made clumps fall out along with those very dreams. My legs were buckled to the edge of the book that he was given me, pinning my weight down on the bed. My clothes stink of yesterday's sex, and I can't take them off because I break everything I touch. Dreams, combs, and bumming my hair. I have school in 20 minutes. My teeth still rot on their saliva and the words reveal of desperation and bravado. You wanted to keep me here, and I obliged. Specks of light streamed through the curtains, disintegrating the mattress. You were careful not to open the door to anybody, fearing that they would get to me. But little did you know that they already did. Daylight was a burden because you need to take out the windows again and bolt the door. You shrouded the room in the darkness that I eventually got used to, and if you see so much as a light bulb, you rip it off the wiring and throw it at me, each shard piercing my bruised purple skin. You gave me a pair of scissors to play with, and I ripped the toys to shreds, cut my own clothes, and clumsily cut your head because I couldn't touch mine. And you laughed and begged me to continue. I drew 14 lines into my cheeks and you'd stroke them, telling me that they were beautiful. And as I grew attached to my new hobby, snatched a pair of scissors off my bleeding hands and bolted the door again. This time I couldn't move. Paralysis surged through my muscles, and all I could do was to move my eyes. I cried, and I hated watching the dust form at the tips of my hair and on the pillow. All I could smell was the blindfold soaked in bleach, a smell that I was so used to after 3 years. I laid in bed and waited. 2 to 3 nights passed and you didn't come back. I was waiting for you to open the door again. You would let in the specks of light to disintegrate everything but the mattress. You would allow me to move. You would read me the book that you chained me to. I hated the dust that coated my hair, my eyelashes, and my clothes. I waited for 3 years, and yet another 3 and another. It turns out that instead of bolting the door to protect me, you bolted the door to protect you. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Next up on stage, we have a very how do I put this? She's very expressive. It's the first time doing spoken word, and I think she's gonna blow your minds off. And give her a big round of applause to Carrie.
joke was, heaven is beneath the soles of your mother's feet. When you're tiny and dependent on this human for all you need, mothers might as well be gods in your eyes because she gave you everything and was your everything until you grow up and learn about your flaws and their mortality, that they have the capability to make mistakes and make you feel like one. I was raised by my maternal family, and I was 4 and a half when they first told me I was adopted, plucked out of the rubbish bin and taken as a crying babe, taken back to be taken care of. It was their idea of a joke, but how is a child to know any better? And know how to process that supposed act of charity? Since then, I have poured over the statistics of newborns switched at birth, feeling like a lost kitten in a box, waiting for my rightful parents to pick me up and scruff the neck out of the dumpster I had to call home for a quarter century. If the word home could even be used to describe a battlefield of minds, waiting for errant minds to trigger them. I am a prisoner of ideology. I am my own entity, a sovereign nation strong with our own laws and jurisdictions, outlined by boundaries that sometimes lies across the topography of other bodies, but always under these treaties. But in this house, my own laws seem for naught, replaced by the rules of their religion because I said I was born a Muslim, as though doctrine is part of one's DNA helix. But I've discarded dogma like I would a pair of Crocs, because there's so much more to me than divine devotion. There's so much more to me that I cannot find in religion, so much my religious family cannot see in me, and so much religion cannot see to make a safe space for, including me, an apostate. I was born perfectly whole, a little Thai girl, walking amongst the big hairless apes, but no, they didn't want a big cat when they clearly requested a believer. And in their conquest to correct me, I was turned into a chimera, canines snapped off, shaved to stumps, finished declawed, legs broken and reset to walk like a biped, my beautiful body torn apart, and Frankenstein bagged together with pieces I didn't want, identities I never identified with, my appearance only almost anthropomorphic because I was shoved into a too small skin suit that always threatened to split at the seams. So I stay closeted, safe but filed away with last decade's bajukurongs and mothballs and thirsty hippos, growing mold in the skeletons while they try to mold me into the perfect Muslim I was supposed to be. Every time I overhear that diatribes, I can only take in a deep breath and reinforce my rib cage so that pieces of my splintering heart and sprinkle all over the floor like a broken salt shaker. Sometimes it's hard to sit at a dinner table, stone-faced and masticating, keeping my gag reflex from activating, willing my stomach to continue digesting while their dialogues of disbelievers incinerating hellfire disfigure my trust with fourth-degree burns. Once in a while, when I find the courage to hold up a shield to protect myself when they throw morality molotovs, a peace offering extended in the hopes that they will finally listen and understand, I'm shut down and shut out. We're too young, too ignorant. We don't understand life, and you need to pray more. Now I stay under my religious guise only to protect my sanity, but I started to grow back and sharpen my claws and teeth, roaring because I'm older and I have more power to fight back, to keep contesting their authority, protesting the suggested so-called improvements that I will never consent to, continuing my struggle even when I know I'll lose my voice too. Wouldn't anyone else be exhausted too? Even if I could just barely pass for human, I couldn't bear to pass by my reflection, for I can only see the deeply flawed demon my family convinced me I was and couldn't stop being. If you were to ask them about all this, they will say they only do it out of love. So it's safe to say they killed me in kindness. They say they did it to put me on the right path, but all I want to do is hitch a ride with Nick Cage and his demon motorcycle on the highway to hell, because I didn't want to be beside them right then, let alone for all eternity. They say it's for my own good, but how good can it be when it feels like we were born defective, a burden to be dissected, refurbished, then resurrected? People feel entitled to tell me that I should love my family no matter what, throwing the line that blood is thicker than water, oblivious to the original proverb, the blood of the covenant is thicker than the water of the womb, forgetting that I am the one feeling threatened and in pain, ignorant that a hurtful action done out of love should be acknowledged not by its intent, but what it is, abuse. And while we're at it, if we want to quantify a quality that's supposed to be unconditional and dependent on situation. I am blessed with companions who love me more completely than the people who are part of my subjugation. I am exploited now with a sliver of my autobiography because there are multitudes of ex-Muslims who don't have the opportunity or safe spaces for their narratives, and fucking the pulpits of patriarchy tell me to pipe down and be proper, silent and submissive. You cannot tame a tiger, and if I'm a terror to your theology, then get used to it. I'm here to stay, the monster in your midst.
Thank you very much, Harry. I think that, that kind of blew my mind away. That was pretty brave of her to say what she did, and I think she deserves another round of applause. Come on, people, get up for her. Given the theme tonight, we call it rejection from the gods, love and hate. So we see a lot of poems about love, about hate, about rejection, and there's something that I actually want to get up with you, something that's been on my mind for a long time, and I think that it's something that everyone can relate to, actually, about the battle between good and evil. There's a very thin line, and sometimes it just doesn't seem fair. And, this one's called The Unending Battle. So, since tales of old, ancient times of knights and dragons, until stories we hear today, good always prevails over evil, but not after a long battle and much sacrifice. A fight fought hard and almost hopeless to the end, but through perseverance, the light always shines through. The dragon is slain. The evil wizard burns in flames of his own foolishness. Over the horizon, we see our white knight on his magnificent steed, damsel in distress in front, safe in his arms. Is that how it really is? Or do we live in this fairy tale of lies to make ourselves feel better while we see evil out there claiming all that we have worked so hard to build? But we tell ourselves that at the end of the day, good shall overcome. Of course, good must overcome. The amount of sacrifice taken, work put in, hours of sleepless nights, surely they all won't go to vain, right? See, that is the answer that I see. Does good really always win the war? Not the daily battles, but the war. For through all the sacrifice, we can't afford to lose in daily battles and struggles, but surely not the war. For there must be some higher power up there, looking over us, rewarding the just with what they deserve. And if there isn't, then what now? Reward the just, punish the evil. Was that not what we were brought up with? But why is it that I see evil triumph day by day? And how is one supposed to win the war if you lose every single one of those battles? But still, we fight. We fight the good fight, and we must not succumb to evil ways. For we are brought up with values or adopt certain oaths as we grow up. And we must abide by them, else it makes us no better than the evil we seek to fight. Courage, strength, justice, sacrifice. As tear, so sacrifice is had to bind the more Fenrir. So can we make less drastic sacrifices to see that which we protect love and live safe. And at the end of the line, good must prevail over evil, even if it means rebuilding the broken, giving fallen angels back their wings, forging their horns into halos. It will be done. Good will always triumph over evil. This I need to believe. I have, I want, I must believe. Yeah, we're gonna get that out of my mind. And what we got next, we got a familiar face coming up next. We got my man Mervin. I think he's over at the back. He's gonna take a little walk down. So give a big round of applause to Mervin Judah Lee. Where you at, baby? There he is.
Alright. I wasn't really expecting to come out tonight. It's tough doing crap. I'll just read a few of my pieces, alright? This one's called Ellipse. It was written for someone who isn't here tonight apparently, but anyway. Affections like a heart's beat in, darling. As I saw you sit in from a glass in the half light. Maybe I'm wrong, or half right. You smiled. I couldn't catch my breath. reflections, like fractals, shattered and scattered at the corner of your eyes. Love and ashes, eyebrows and lashes. Two bodies in orbit. You are you, and I am I. When will we collide? What's it for? It's you that I adore. My heart's a wine-stained glass. Fill it up with burgundy and coke. Hold it for a moment. I'm going out for a smoke. And this other one is called Whispering in the Dark, right? It's getting kind of late, listening to old songs. Maybe it'd be okay tonight. Smoking a cigarette, staring into the dark. Maybe I'll go out like a light. They say time heals all wounds. Why are you still on my mind? Maybe I won't drink tonight. I'll be leaving tomorrow. It'll be over before it's done. Maybe we're doing everything right. Nothing left to say when nothing's spoken. Nothing left to mend when nothing's broken. Maybe this is all we're meant to be. One in you and me. Think I left something behind. Nothing that's worth noting. Maybe I'll find it again some night. Some years later down the road, when you're married and children grow, maybe then I'll give up this fight. One last piece. It's called Scattered Leaves. We speak of life as seasons. Spring lasted a month or two. Summer didn't register at all. I'm picking my heart off the floor, even as my feet scatter autumn leaves. It's getting late. Are the stars coming out tonight? My breath is misting in the cold. And maybe it's just cigarette burns. Will I learn? Two's a company, and I'm the fool. Every season has an end. What I wrote upon the stars is now written on sand. Let the waves come, darling, and wash it all away. Let tomorrow come. You'll be you, and I'll be me.
That was sweet, Louis. Thank you, my man. Next up on stage, we got a guy who last month he promised to split blasphemy to us up in here, and he did what he said he was going to do, and I think he's got something awesome up for you guys. So give a big round of applause to my man Jeremy. Let's go.
Okay. Alright, so this poem isn't particularly long. It's right, okay, so it's, you know, the theme tonight is rejection from the gods, love and hate. This one actually has called Bomb, and while I could have done it last month, I didn't think of it then. This is a poem that kind of details my my prayers with God as when I was like 13 to 16. Yeah. Dear God, I don't really know who the hell you are. I'm just doing this because like there's this old guy friend who tells me to do it. So thank you and so. Dear God, dude, there's this really fucking cute chick on Sunday school. I was wondering if I could get to know her a little better. Like before we graduate, Sunday schools graduate. I don't know. I pray for her to keep on looking hot. I pray for her to keep on super safe and be happy, and yeah, I think that's good. Dear God, today was an okay kind of day. Nothing too bad or too great. I'm just kind of tired. I think I'll sleep now. Dear God, thank you for my mom, who's always helping me wake up in the morning and pull my shit together while I'm still shitting myself. And please don't put her in pain like that. Dear God, I've been this purge with thing right now with all the other guys, and we're all supposed to be kneeling and have some quiet time, but no one really ever takes this shit seriously, and I guess we're just competing to see who can stay on their knees the longest. I usually win. The adults always suck that shit up. Dear God, I told her over the phone that I liked her. Bad idea, bad idea. She said no, and yeah, fuck, I don't know anymore. Dear God, why is my mom such an asshole? I mean, one moment she's fine, the next moment she's all passive aggressive. What the hell happened? Not like that sometimes? Dear God, I stormed out with the family car tonight. Everyone was shouting again, my dad, my mom, my sister, fuck everyone. I can still feel the adrenaline, like I want to take part in that shit. I feel like a hero and a traitor at the same time, but it's weird having to feel like I'm 8 again. Maybe they'll all be less drunk on their anger in the morning. Dear God, school is full of shit. The people are full of shit. Dear God, I've always wondered, why is it the shitty emo punk bands I listen to YouTube all the time speak more to me more than you ever did? Dear God, school is still full of shit. Dear God, why am I so afraid of everyone? I don't even know why I still do this anymore. It's like, it's depressing, but it's a cliche, and the cliche is really boring, and no one really wants to talk about cliches, so I guess everyone's right, it's all in my head, right? Maybe someday I'll convince myself that kerosene is a really bad idea of a luxury drink. Dear God, I tried being alive today. I've been saying that. I talked to more people this month than I had in 3 years. Why the fuck am I still so angry? Dear God, today was an okay day. Nothing too bad, not too great. I didn't think about going on the planes, but I'm really tired now. And sometimes I wonder if you get tired of me too.
That was actually some deep shit that Jeremy got over there. I hope you guys caught it. But just to actually, I got a few words from the guys over here at Cruise Bar in case people over here you don't know. They got Budweisers going up at $5 a bottle. So that's some cheap shit though. So you can get drunk on that. Anyway, next up on stage we have this lady. She did something on Red Riding Hood last month. That was fucking awesome. And so she's got something up to match that over here. Give a big round of applause to Aida.
We start with this young princess. She's on her way home and she sees her sister. Now the thing is, she hasn't seen her sister for 2 weeks and she gets really excited. She's like, oh, Beatrice, I haven't seen you, and why do you seem like you've gotten fat over the last 2 weeks? This is really strange. So the sister giggles to herself and she goes into the palace. And in the palace, she goes to the father. And the father immediately recognizes what has happened. Because if the girl doesn't turn up for 2 weeks, something happened. Either there was an affair, she eloped, whatever. Something happened. So he asks his daughter, okay, what happened? And she says, I'm pregnant. And of course, the sister just stares at her sister and asks, how can you be pregnant over the last 2 weeks? And so the king, understanding that there are things in his kingdom that are strange, decides to seek out the truth. So he calls all the men in the kingdom and he asks him, okay, what happened? I will either give you the kingdom and my daughter, or I will take your head. So the daughter goes through every single man in the kingdom, and she does not see the one who has impregnated her. And so the king is at a loss. So the sister goes in search of the truth. And she finds that where the sister had gone was this part of this forest. And in this place was where, in Scotland, they have many, many tales of fairies. And this is where the fairies dwell. So she went deeper and deeper into this forest, and she found that there was this beautiful man who was sitting with a lyre, which is basically this small little harp, and he was playing this serenade to yet another young, beautiful boxiness girl. And this woman, too, had been missing for 2 weeks, so she immediately made the connection. This is the guy. So she ran back to the kingdom, and she said, "Oh, father, there is this man, and he is impregnating women in the forest. We must do something about it." Now, in Scotland, when you mention this forest, everyone knows that this is a place you must stay out of. So he immediately gives up all hope. His daughter is all for naught. There is nothing he can do. She's going to give birth to this strange creature, and that is that. But the sister will not be deterred. She's determined, no, I'm going to save the honor of my sister because Beatrice is an amazing woman. She deserves better than this. So she goes back into the forest and she confronts this man and says, "What exactly is your problem? Do you know how many people are coming back, or how many of my friends are coming back after 2 weeks with your offspring? You have no shame whatsoever." And he explains, "I am cursed with a beauty beyond all beauty. I have nothing but my looks, and these women flock to me, and there is nothing I can do. So I sit and I please, and I give them what they want." And so she says, "Okay, fine, this is something that you're blessed with, I understand. Gifts are made to be shared. But why are you stuck here? Why is it that all these women have to come here?" And he explains, "Oh, the great queen of the fairies has ensnared me in this place, and that is why this forest is off limits." And as they are speaking, in the distance, a great troop comes forward through the forest, hounds as huge as houses, and horses beautiful, covered in diamonds, start to approach. And so on one of these amazing horses is what could not be but the Queen of Fairies. And she too looks pregnant. And so immediately the sister connected the dots. So you're here because you abused your gifts. You did not take control of what was given to you, and you're being punished for it. And so as the Queen of Fairies approached the pair, she decided that obviously she is here to punish this guy, because who wants to be pregnant within 2 weeks just because they met this amazing person? So when the queen has come with all her guards and her guardians, she stops and she looks at the pair and she says, "Stand, rise, man, for I have come to execute my judgment upon you." And the sister says, "But what better judgment would it be that you take this snare and you put it somewhere that he can no longer affect anyone else with his great, amazing beauty?" And so she said, "Okay, fine, you have a point. I mean, I want justice, and I want to put this child of mine somewhere because I have better things to do than be a mother." And so we make out an agreement, and from that day forward, this man was chained to the palace, and Beatrice had a wonderful father for her wonderful offspring because he was no longer able to share his gifts with anyone but her. So yes, this is actually a very, very old Scottish tale, and it is not written by me. So yes, I hope you enjoyed that. Thank you, Kim.
Thank you very much, Aida. And that was a very awesome story that she told, as what she did last month with the Riding Hood. And if you missed it, just a few days up this week on our Facebook page, we're going to get this up because we got this on video, so do not be afraid. Next up, actually, what we have a beautiful lady. She's going to do a bit of improv over here because she didn't come with anything, but she's going to do what she's good at. So I want you to give a big round of applause for Miss Charlene.
It's okay. Hi! So my name is Charlene. I just came for the event and I perform. So I'm from one you guys. Can I use this paper here? Daryl? Just shake it using your stuff. Cool. Okay, so I run an open mic night that's every second Monday of the month. It's down at the jazz, so if you're interested, you guys should come down. Daryl is there as well. If you like his stuff, you should find him there. Yeah, it's on the 13th of October. So can I get 3 words for the audience? Anyway?
Fish.
Fish. Okay, another word? Nose. Nose? Okay. What?
Breast milk.
Breast milk. I said 3 words. Okay, so that's fish, nose, and breast milk. Cool. A fish nose. It has no nose for breast milk. There is no way for it to suckle onto its mother's milk because there is no milk a fish can produce. Instead, its mother lays its eggs and runs away, swims away with the tides, like a runaway bride, not quite ready for anything yet. We are conditioned to believe that all women want to be mothers, but not everyone has that as a purpose. They don't want to just stand around and wait for someone else to plant their own seeds. They want to milk their own cash cows, find their own ways to groom their own cows, find their own ways to fight their own beef. And some women like fighting their beef not just freshly cooked on the table, but eaten rare like beef tartare, squeezed with lime, ready to consume everything with the freshness of meat. And when you judge a fish by how well it climbs a tree, there is no way, no ceiling that it can break through, because fishes don't climb, they swim. And they swim down to the furthest sea. They can go across the continents, across into salt water and fresh water, and there is only so much salt that can preserve someone's memory. So a fish knows that breast milk is not quite its cup of tea, but it's fine because it has an old ocean of seawater waiting for it. So hi, if you want to do anything more, that was coming up next, right? So please take over. Thank you. Yay!
Exactly what Charlene said. If you guys are free on the 13th of October, go down to Blue Jazz, Destination 8. That's the place you want to be because it's packed with brilliant minds and words and song, and that's something you don't want to miss. And what I told you guys earlier on is how we're doing over here at Coast Bar. We're doing poetry, jam, stand-up comedy. So we're going to take a little break. We're going to tabulate some scores because all you guys that have been up to read, you're actually part of this competition that we got going on. And we're going to take 3 finalists. And what's going to happen is in December, you guys are going to come down, battle it out with the guys next month. And you're going to get a few pretty prizes over there. So we'll be back in a bit. In the meantime, enjoy some alcohol. Like I said, $5 for a bottle of Budweiser. I can never say no to that. So let's do it. Alright, party people, we're almost up to the end of tonight's session over here at Kuzba. I got 2 more poets coming up and then we're giving out gifts for those selected tonight who's going to battle it out in December. So all I want you to do is give a big round of applause to my man Chris. He's got some shit for you.
His heart says no, but his boss says yes. Which path does he choose? Duty to his country or duty to his pledge? There will only be dishonor. Caught in the middle, does he betray the cause shit goes below. He must pull the trigger, always betraying himself. He's not a man just a doll, but a doll with a conscience. He's not a man just a puppet, but a puppet with friends, family. He's not just a man, but a man with orders. And he's not just a man with orders, but a man with orders who always questions why the streets always end up red. Thank you.
That was short, sweet, and that shit was deep. Wow. I don't even know what to say, but that was good, man. Next up, we got the final poet coming up tonight. He is someone that everyone knows. He just delivers. We should just call him the delivery man because he does that shit well. So without further ado, my man Dustin, give him a big round of applause. So, yeah. Alright, so I just came from this other poetry thingy called the Lion City Slam. I got tricked out in the first round, but everyone else was great, okay? Everyone else was great. So here's a poem I read at the slam if I managed to carry on. So here it goes. Hope you like it. I'm gonna tell you a story your mother never told you. You see, once upon a time there were 6 of us running on the pavement. We were dancing in the street lights, stalking out at the traffic lights, fighting under neon lights, living in the moonlight before sleeping by the door's lights. Well, 5 of us at least. You see, I'm still running on that pavement, wreathed in the sandalwood smoke of what passes for the bedside candles in this place, towards and maybe away from something. Running, yes, but running alone. And it's funny, how we live in what probably is the stronghold of the biggest town, the largest town, in one of the smallest countries in the world, and yet for all its glistening avenues and countless couples and all the promises of safety and prosperity, we still can't sleep soundly in our beds. And I could tell you why, but I won't. Not because I don't trust you, no, not at all. I won't tell you because you won't get it. And you won't get it because you weren't born into the embrace only this place will give you. Arms inked over and barbed wire biting into your skin where powder-crusted purple lips kiss your cheeks and concrete tongues covered in ash lick your feet. You won't get it. Not even if you dance to those street lights, staked out at those traffic lights or fought under those neon lights, you won't get it at all. But I'll tell you this. Hang around the Sixiang Hao at night sometimes and stick it out at the corner, keep your eyes peeled, and you might just catch a whiff of sandalwood smoke and the sight of a ghost running down the pavement. Catch up with him, man. Maybe, just maybe, he'll tell you the story of his life, the blind-coded story of this place, the story your mother never told you. Yeah, that's it. You want me to do another? Do another? Right, let me see if I can find something. Give me a moment. Alright, a moment now, we did something else. Hang on, I can't quite find the poem I want to read. I think I'll just read it from the top of my head, alright? Alright, here goes. Let's see if I remember it right. Did you notice how there are no angels left on earth? They've all gone away, you see, and this does not count those false angels with their Plastic features and architectured wingspans in which not one detail is Orion, not one feather lucid in designated spaces. I realized this one evening as I sat in the chapel and looked up at the ceiling and saw the angels orbiting the ceiling lights as they leered down at me with their cold blue eyes, and I realized then that these were not the true angels. These are what men think angels should look like. These are Michelangelo's great illusions. They are those foul inventions, Dante's unholy illusion of a description that was beyond most men and sank in their hearts. Actually, that's all I can remember that mouth. Alright, thanks guys. Alright, and of course, he always ends it all with a bang. I hope that's what she tells him. Anyway, what I want to do now is I want to call out one by one those selected to actually go and slug it out in our December's finals for the poetry tonight. So the first person I want to call out that's selected is my man Alan Francis. Yeah, you on in December, baby. Come on up. Get you let's see what we got from our sponsors, the Budweiser. We got a t-shirt, we got a keychain, we got a speaker. Shit, man, you did a good job. The crowd likes you, and this is what you know. Exactly. Thank you very much. I hope to see you in December. Alright, next one up. The girl who actually blew our minds with a very daring poem. I'd like to give a shout out to Carrie. Come on up, baby. Yeah. So please, more daring poems. There we go, Carrie. There you go. You can shake my hand. Oh, no. Alright, thank you very much. Next up, we got our pretty little girl who's up for a second time. Can you give a big round of applause to Pamela? Where you at, Pamela? Small little feet begins to have her own feet. There you go. So remember, keep yourself free for Saturday of December. Don't be shy. Here you go. You got a keychain and you want to shake my hand? Oh, now you know what it is. Thank you very much. And lastly, the last guy who's gonna come on the stage is my man Jeremy. Where you at, bro? Yeah, that's what it is, bro. There you go. Awesome work. The crowd loves you. And I want to thank everyone for coming down over here at the Coast Bar. To give support to the guys, stand-up comedy, music, spoken word, and we'll see you next month for Saturday. Thank you very much.